So we're stuck in isolation. Not really isolation, we're just house arrest or county pretty much, or we're not house arrest either, because we can't go out and do essentials. We decided donuts were essentials. Just to have some fun with our family in this crazy time, we are going to test different donuts from 4 different donut shops. From all 4, we got 5 of the same kind, just kind of your classic basic donuts. We got a chocolate bar, and except for in one case, there's a chocolate ring because they didn't have any chocolate bars, but pretty much same concept of donut. A maple bar, old fashioned, and plain cake donut. And then from every donut store, we got another kind of donut, just like a random one. So there will be a miscellaneous round. We're going to just go ahead and test these, give our scores 1 to 10, 10 being the best, and we're looking at like consistency, flavor, texture, all that, 1 being the worst, and then we'll see what donut store ranks highest for each donut and then all together. So
we went to 4 local donut shops. We went to Henry's Donuts, we went to
Evergreen
Donuts, we went to O Donuts, and we went to Tyler's Donuts. All those are local in the South Snohomish County area, and I think we're ready to try a donut.
Yep, we're gonna start with the chocolate bar / round donut. So let's start with number 1.
Oh, I almost dropped them. There you go, Shannon, take 1. I'm going to go ahead and start by saying 1 does not look the best, but I'm not a chocolate fan.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure 1 does look the best because it looks nice and dark. This one was a little harder to cut. It tells me it's nice and moist because it kind of smushed down a little bit. I also then switched to a bread knife, which may have helped a little bit too.
Alright, well, I got my opinion already.
Me too. Okay, Doug, 1 through 10.
That's down towards the 2 for me. It tastes like fried chicken.
Well, thankfully I do not taste the fried chicken because that's gross. This one is a little oily though, so I get that. I'm going to give it a 3. Caleb?
3.
Cheyenne?
3. The chocolate of it didn't really taste good.
Okay. Emmett?
I'm gonna give it a 5. I really liked it.
All right.
And we don't know. Stacy's the only one that knows right now what donut was from which place. So when we're all done, we'll tally up the scores and then we'll share which donut had the right one or the best one.
Okay, so donut number 2.
Number 2.
This looks like caramel.
This looks like a much better. This is a lighter chocolate. I might enjoy this one more.
It actually looks like chocolate, kind of.
I mean, that one looked like chocolate. That looked like a Bavarian chocolate.
This is one I just expect to be like a really sweet, mild chocolate taste. That works.
Here's some chocolate.
It's some water.
And I know you can't see, but off the screen here, we have our 2 dogs wrestling while we eat our donuts.
Yeah,
For once, they're not staring at us.
might get a little loud.
Well, since Cheyenne walked away, I'll start my scoring.
Okay.
I think this is actually a pretty good donut, and the chocolate is not really overpowering. I'm going to give this one more closer to a 7. This is pretty good.
The donut itself is really good. I think that the chocolate could have been a little bit better. I feel like it's a very sweet but very light chocolate, so I'd rather have more of like a semi-sweet, almost not as sweet, but a little bit more chocolate flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6, because it is a really good donut other than the chocolate, which is okay.
I really, really liked it.
All right. Emma?
I think I'll give it a 5.
5? Okay.
I don't think so.
Let's go on to number 3.
All right, number 3 coming at you. This one's a little bit kind of in the middle between the last two we just tried with the color of the chocolate.
This one I think is very light and fluffy.
Ooh, this is a very light
Wow,
one.
yeah.
Ugh. Whoa. That chocolate. Wow.
It tastes like artificial flavoring.
That tastes like laundry detergent.
Yeah, God.
It tastes like
Tide Pods, here you come, man. Tide Pods in a donut. Oh. Wow.
Oh.
that was not good.
I will say the cake part of the donut was actually pretty tasty. And it's nice and light and fluffy. But the chocolate was a definite no. Ooh. I'll give it a 3. But not based on the chocolate.
Oh, that's me. So I felt opposite. I think the chocolate could have been better, but I definitely liked it better than the number 2 option. Being the only one who knows, knowing where this is from, it kind of surprises me a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6 because the donut part is, they've got that game going on.
As I was looking at the paper. I'll give it a 3.
Cheyenne?
I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
I'll give it a 3. The cake was really good, but the chocolate just... I agree with that laundry detergent.
Laundry detergent. Alright, the round donut. I was with her when she bought these. I don't even know where this one came from.
Thank you.
Okay. Like cake on it.
This is probably
Yeah.
the tallest donut so far.
Yeah, and again, this one's only round because this shop did not have a round or chocolate cake donut.
I cannot accept this.
No.
Oh my god. She's like nuts.
Oh!
Can I rate it a 1?
Nothing about this donut is standing out saying this is good.
I need water.
Like, the minute I
It's
tasted
the chocolate.
No, the chocolate is good. Or at least to me. The
Oh,
chocolate, I
dough.
think the dough just tastes like dough.
It's not overpowering in any way.
It tastes like nuts.
There's nothing jumping out saying this is great or this is bad. I'll call this a mediocre donut. I'll give it a 4.
I'm pretty sure that it's not chocolate.
I'm gonna give this one a 2. It was kind of oily and just like almost bland for a donut. So I'm gonna give this a 2. Caleb?
I'm gonna give this a 3 just because it was kind of nutty. I feel like I tasted nuttiness.
And a 3.
The nuttiness was alright. I kind of liked the nuttiness of it, but
I don't know because
They don't put
the
nuts on your
chocolate
donut.
tasted like nuts, and I don't not like that. But the dough was really good, and it was light, so I think I'll go 4.
A 4. Okay. All right.
did you
So
give your score?
yeah, I gave it a
Okay.
2. Yep. It was probably the worst for me.
We're trying to tame the dogs so they don't fight over off the screen there. As you can probably see, there's one right there and there's one back there. And now staring at us wanting donuts. Alright, we are on the Maple Bar Challenge round. And we're going to start with number
1.
1.
Yep.
Yeah.
That looked like a weird L7 to me.
Oh.
This looks like it's got a thin glaze of maple.
I'm gonna say that if I'm gonna like any of these, it will be this one because it is a thin glaze. Maple is not generally my favorite kind of bar.
It's so
It's
fluffy
a
and
nice
soft.
light bar.
Yep. I agree.
What?
Just bite it. Just stick it in your mouth and bite it.
You guys.
Well, I'm very disappointed about this bar.
I kind of liked it.
It was fluffy, nice and soft. Caramel was good, it's not super strong.
All right.
Ooh, I really wanted to like this, but I don't. I'm gonna give this a 3. It's got a more oily flavor than maple bar flavor.
I'm gonna give this a 5. I appreciate the fact that it is not over mapley.
Emma's throwing donuts on the floor.
I appreciate that this one's not over mapley, but I agree that it is a little on the oily side, and you can taste that oil. So I'm gonna give this one a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I can't speak. It was fluffy and light, but yeah, I agree it was oily.
6 too. I really liked it. I like the texture.
I think I'll give it a 7. Okay. Or yeah, 7.
Yeah. All right. We're on to round 2.
For some reason, I smell antifreeze now.
What's
What
antifreeze?
is antifreeze?
It's a very strong maple smell when it's hot.
Oh.
At the donut, just grab a donut.
What? No, I was
first-
trying to grab it.
The first thing I noticed, this is another really fluffy one.
Hopefully
Yeah,
it's a
and
good- this
the
one's
maple
this
is actually
one's
pretty thick.
Yeah, I still feel like it's not super thick though.
This is going down the road of soap again.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little bit, yeah. But it's a little bit.
Maybe it's just me, but
Wow, that was bad.
No, that was bad.
the cake part's not bad.
I think it's the frosting and the cake combined that makes it so terrible.
What
The
if somebody
frosting.
who works at this factory and tries to get these donuts watches this?
And maybe
Oh, yeah.
we'll know people's opinions.
The frosting tastes like soap to me again. I'll go with 3. It's not horrible. The cake part's good, but stop putting soap on your bars, dude.
Don't tell YouTube.
The cake is really good on this one. I guess I like the maple. So I like the maple on this one because it is not over sweet, and it doesn't really taste a lot like maple. I don't taste soap, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 5.
I feel like the dogs are tap dancing over there. What are you doing?
No, back to the top. That dancing gun is just laying there.
Okay,
3.
3.
3.
Cheyenne.
5.
Okay. Emmett.
1.
A 1. Okay.
It was terrible.
That's our first one. Emmett did not like that one. Okay.
Yeah, no, I should have given it a -1.
Here
Can I
comes
give it
number 3.
What the?
This one almost looks better because it's
It got a little smushed while I was cutting it. Sorry.
This one I was gonna say it looks like the frosting is like hand put on it, as opposed to the rest look like they're machine put on. Mechanical.
Wow. That is good.
Anybody else tasting shrimp?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I am tasting like State Fair
Yes.
oil.
Oh yeah.
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 State Fair oil.
That's why it's
Whatever you
good.
get deep fried at the State Fair.
Wow, and shrimp. Wow, that nope.
donut. Yeah, no.
Nope.
I do not taste shrimp.
Oh. Yep. Yep.
I don't taste it.
Ugh. Okay. That's a 1 for me. That was bad.
Oh, hold on. Let's make sure I'm
Give it a
marking the
name.
right one.
I'm gonna give it a
Okay.
name.
So,
Okay, we're gonna have to really attend to these dogs here in a minute. Boys. At least they're
They
quiet.
listen really well.
here we go.
I'm actually going to give this one a 4. I think the maple was a little overwhelming. However, it totally brought back that childhood memory of being at the fair when I was younger with my family.
Yeah.
It totally like
Fried donuts.
fair oil, deep fried, whatever you're gonna eat, whether it's a donut or meat or Oreos
Ice
or
cream.
anything, elephant ear. It's got that
Texture.
that oil flavor that I totally think of with fairs.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. Caleb?
Do you know like the times that I'll say it, like, do you know when you're like walking through the fair and then like you can actually like you breathe in but you can actually taste all the flavors? That's what popped in my mouth. I was like, that's good. So I'll give it a 4.
A 4?
4. I liked it.
Definitely.
I think I'm gonna give it a 5 because the dough was good, but it tasted like
Fair.
Yeah, that's like a fail.
Okay.
Okay, number
So
four.
that donut was a fair food.
Your dad is so funny. He thinks. All right.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Oh my goodness, dog. Seriously.
Looks like a good, like, hearty donut. Like, fluffy, but stands up good.
Oh, that feels good.
Oh.
I have such a big plate.
It's not overwhelming. It's not overpowering.
It's like,
The cake part to me doesn't really have any flavor. The maple,
it's not overpowering. That's what I like about it.
So I got a weird taste.
there is something strange in there that I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm gonna give this one a 5.
I'm going to say a 7. I like the dough is definitely, it's very fluffy, but it stands up good, and
Right.
the maple syrup is not overpowering, which I really like.
You can't see me.
Oh, because he's sitting back. Okay. The maple is not overpowering. I'm thankful for that. It's just slightly sweet. I'm glad, as Doug mentioned, the cake batter itself, cake dough isn't really, doesn't have a lot of flavor or sweet, but I actually think that that works with the maple bar so that it's not just overpowering with sweetness. So I'm going to give this one a 7.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Cheyenne?
6.
Anna?
I don't know.
Do you want to eat the rest of it?
I don't. 4.
A 4? Okay. 3, these are apple fritters. We all have an apple fritter that we love from one of the places that we always go, so we already know number 1, like where number 1 is from. Maybe Doug doesn't, but I mean, he could just trust us because we know.
Sure.
They make a good apple fritter, so we're gonna see how the other ones stack up.
Better.
Alright, delivering the giant apple fritters. This is going to be an enormous
And
round.
the funny thing, this is the smallest apple fritter that there is.
No, this one. Sorry, it was
Right.
smaller.
Alright, apple fritter time.
I'm just gonna put a little piece.
So I have to say, I like these apple fritters because they are on the thin side, so they get a nice crunchy without it being over crunchy, but they still get the soft in the middle. That's what I generally like, so.
That was very strong cinnamon. That bite. Wow.
Alright, it's good.
Yeah,
Man, that is such a good apple fritter.
It's the
such a
best.
good apple fritter.
It's crispy on the outside, creamy, not creamy, like
It's soft.
moist on the inside.
Mhm.
And
The
then
flavor's overpoweringly delicious.
it's like you just bite into something wonderful.
All right,
Oh,
so Doug, what is your score?
I have no frame of reference because I haven't tried these other ones. I gotta go with 10, man. I had a good apple fritter.
And the
Oh.
funny thing is, when I first started going there and getting apple fritters, he thought I was crazy. All right, because I do not have a reference frame with the other 3, I should have thought that out and scoring a little bit better, but I didn't, so sorry. I'm gonna give it a 9. Know that normally I would rank it a 10, but just in case one of these is better, I want room to put that down. So I'm going to give it a 9.
I will say, if one of these tastes better, I will drop my score for this first one. I don't think
Alright.
that's happening though.
9. I'll
9.
go with a 9.
Cheyenne?
9.
Anna.
Full 10.
Full
Full
10.
It is delicious.
Four.
So far, that is our winner.
Yeah.
Best donut.
My favorite.
Second apple fritter here is the ginormous one.
Do you and Mom want
Yeah.
to take yours
Here, you
first?
got
I
it.
can't even pick this thing up without spilling them.
Yeah, Mom.
Alright. Is this the other
Yeah.
big one?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh my
This is
God.
the dark, deep colored apple fritter.
I've never seen any apple fritter like
wow,
this.
that's light on the inside. It's not like super light, but
It's almost doughy. Like,
it is.
But not such all the way doughy.
Mm.
Carnival again.
Yep, this is fair food.
This
So-
is definitely fair food.
One place is gonna
Oh
be
wow.
Yeah.
One place is gonna be where the fair
I'll take the
food
rest of that. I'm not
is.
gonna eat it.
All right. Oily, greasy, tastes like it's been in a fair.
Tastes like it's been in a deep fryer.
It actually tastes like it's an apple, which I don't think apple fritters should taste like you're just biting into a regular apple.
How does it taste like that?
I think I
don't know,
have
it's
an
just
apple
weird.
that's like
All
has
right.
like moist apple, but it doesn't taste like fake.
Cool.
So one of the restaurants.
What's your score, honey?
That's gonna get a 2 for me. That did not taste great. Yeah.
Like the difference. I'm gonna say a 4. I actually thought it had okay flavor. It does have really good sized chunks of apple stuff in it. I thought it would be crispier. I actually didn't find it very crispy, which is odd for how dark it is. And it's kind of doughy, so I'm sticking with a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 6. I like the flavor of fair food, so
All right.
that's good flavor to me.
For me, I like fair food, but
I'll say
I
this
don't-
is from a fair.
I like the taste of fair food, and this kind of tastes like fair food, but I didn't like it very much. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Me? Emmett?
It was disappointing. I'm giving it a 3.
It was disappointing.
Disappointing from Emmett.
Yeah. All right. Here comes number 3 in the apple fritter.
Oh.
Cheyenne's kicking the dogs under the table. So.
No, I make sure back.
Who kicked the
Ooh.
dogs out?
This isn't dead. This is hard on the inside. This
Oh my god. It's how it doesn't walk.
it's not really good.
It might be good.
Ew.
I'm starting to see a trend here with the soap.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
one of them that we know that tastes like soap, food, fair food.
Well, it's actually not bad.
I mean,
So-
every donut shop's gonna have their distinct flavors that people enjoy and don't enjoy. So far, the fair food and the soap is not my favorite.
Obviously.
I do like the crispiness of the bottom. That was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was drier than the rest.
Nice and fluffy.
That one's going down to the low end too.
Okay, so you say the soap theme, and the funny thing is the other 2 that you said were soap were from the same place. This one is from a different place.
Wow.
I taste the soap this time.
I think she's wrong. I don't think she did that right.
Yes, I did. I promise. I will even double check. Yeah. Okay, nice down.
Yep.
This one was crunchy. It was drier. The flavor was off. I'm also gonna give it a 2.
Coconut or toenails?
I'm gonna give it a 3. It was not
Let's go.
my favorite.
Today, yes.
Cheyenne?
I didn't like how hard it was. It didn't have any. I don't know what it's called. I'll give it a 4 or a 3. Gosh.
Okay. Emmett?
It was this one, right?
Yeah. Emmett spilled water all over himself. He was a little distracted during that round. That's how bad the apple fritter was.
Sure.
Negative a million.
Yeah, so a 1.
Oh, one.
Okay.
Buddy.
And we're on to our 4th and final
I can't pick them
apple
up.
fritter.
The plates are too flimsy
You
and the apple
were
fritter's too big.
eyeballing that one, Shan. You're like,
Yeah.
big one. Addicted to sugar.
No. Maybe.
Right.
Cheyenne is our sugar fiend. She'll literally eat all these donuts, throw up, and then come back and eat more.
Oh god.
Ew.
Oh god.
It tastes like Dutch cheeseburgers.
It tastes like a cheeseburger.
Oh no.
Oh my god, I can't even chew this. Wow. Are we allowed to give a 0?
What has the roll turned into?
Wow.
A 1.
Oh my
Is that
god.
a 1 for you?
Okay. That, I haven't had cheeseburgers in a long time, and that disappointed me. Oh, we're not grading cheeseburgers. I had high hopes for the size of it. It had a good inside.
That's not
It
good.
was moist and crunchy on the outside, so that was kind of good. But the
Don't
flavor,
interrupt them.
the flavor of it was horrible. Oh.
Okay, I agree. It has a good inside. It's like moist and fluffy. It's got a nice, like thin outer side or outer crunch. It's thin on the outside, that crunchiness, which is good. However, it is not edible, and that says a lot considering it's a donut, and I like donuts. So I'm giving it a 1.
Can I get up a -2?
So a 1.
So the thing about I was actually really looking forward to this because of like how the glaze was, how it's nice and shiny on top, and how moist it is in the middle. But that just no. I'll give it a. Yeah, I'll go to 2.
Okay, Emmett,
Another disappointing donut. 1.
a 1.
Even though I didn't swallow it, I had to spit it out. But
These.
Oh, Caleb wants my my.
Oh, I want the 2. I
Wow.
want these 2. I don't want the other one.
Emmett, you want your favorite? Oh, that's not ours. That's not from our donut.
No, I was gonna say I ate all that one. I ain't
Oh
giving
yeah.
up that one.
Okay, do my favorite round. It's gonna be my favorite round. My all-time favorite donut is just a plain cake donut, not glazed, not anything, just plain. And I am very picky on what I like in them. So I am excited to try some. I am partial to one of these because I think it is the best plain donut that I've had in a long time. However, I also have not tried the other 3. So we'll see what happens. So number 1.
All right, cake donuts. Woo! Cheyenne really wanted me to do that.
no.
I'm not a big fan of cake donuts. I think they're plain, they're boring, they're isolated to their own little world. Kind of like Stacey.
Perfect. To me, a good cake donut should be kind of crispy on the outside, nice and moist
Oh,
on
not
the
good.
inside.
Oh.
A good flavor. It shouldn't be like you shouldn't taste the oil in it. So that's what I look for.
So this donut so far, right off the bat, it has like the texture and the stiffness and the consistency of like angel food cake, but without the flavor. It's just very plain, very dry, lemony. Yeah, that's what it is. There's some lemon in there.
I actually taste lemon.
So-
That's what I like about it.
I mean, it's not a bad donut, but if you're just looking for your basic cake donut, I'd give it a 4.
I would also give this one a 4. It's a little drier than I like my cake donuts, but by all means it isn't dry. And then, yeah, it does have a weird lemon, and I don't want lemon in my cake, the plain cake donuts. So I'm gonna also give it a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I do not like that.
Cheyenne?
I'm gonna give it a 6. I really like the lemon in it.
Okay.
I know it's not supposed to be in it, but
Well,
That's
that's
okay.
supposed to be in it.
I think I'll give it a 4 too. Because like cake donuts, when you expect to get a cake donut, you should expect it to be thin. And there's lemon in this, but like the dough is really good at things, but I don't. I actually might do a 4.
Okay. All right, off to round 2.
Can't believe I'm subjecting myself to a second
Ooh.
cake donut.
This one's actually yummy.
Alright, let's try this out.
Oh yeah.
I know where
Yep.
that's from.
That
Me
is
too.
Definitely a cake
Alright.
donut.
Much better cake donut. Much better flavor, much better texture.
I still taste lemon.
I don't. Not this time.
Yeah, I don't taste any lemon this time.
I
You
taste
might,
lemon.
you might just have lemon in your teeth.
Ah, no, when I swallowed that, I tasted lemon.
Yeah, I'll give this a. I'll probably give this more of a 7. This is pretty good.
I'm doing 10. It's so good. It is perfect. Oh, Kim,
6.
Cheyenne,
6.
Emmett.
You cannot make it better. 10.
All right.
Try the next one.
Emmett and I know where that came from.
Yeah.
I do too. It's like obvious. Well,
Number 3.
oh, this
They
one's
make the
really,
best
really
donuts.
hard on the
I
outside.
know it's nice. It's gonna be nice. and
Donut
crunchy.
isn't always the worst.
Oh.
That way.
Fair food. Nope. Oh, what is that?
Motor oil.
It tastes like soapy fair food.
Wow.
Disappointing.
That was good.
I'm not getting so much of the fair food out of this one. I'm getting.
Nope. To me, it tastes like soapy fair food.
I mean, I like the. Okay. It's dry, a little crumbly. I like the crispiness of the outside, But the overall flavor to me is just quite bland. Like there's not much flavor going on with it.
No.
Oh, I gotta give it a score.
Yeah. We're waiting on your score.
4.
I'm gonna say 2. It's oily, does not have a lot of flavor. I'm thinking maybe oil has a lot of the texture issue with it too that I'm not liking, so I'm going for 2.
The dogs keep running back and forth. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Look,
let's go.
And I'm afraid they're off my camera.
Great.
Boys!
Stop.
Hey.
Hey,
Hold that thought.
Hey,
Hey,
boys,
come
outside,
here.
outside, Gunner, out,
outside, Baxter.
outside.
Baxter, come.
Yep, Baxter, out.
This is what happens when you have 2 pit bulls in the house.
You guys.
Alright.
Oh, you're holding him. I'm like, why is one of
Here,
you putting
Gunner,
him?
come here.
Okay,
Gunner, come here.
Cheyenne, what's your score?
I didn't really like it. I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay, Emmett.
I think I'll give it
Gunner.
I think I'll give it a 5 because what I don't understand, you guys say that it doesn't have much flavor. Is it not the point of a plain cake donut?
Well, cake
Emmett has a very strong point right there.
Yeah, I guess for me, a plain cake donut probably tastes a little on the vanilla side because I'm assuming that they put like vanilla extract in it to give it, but it's not a ton of flavor. So you're right. But this was almost just like no flavor, not even a good flavor of just this is plain. It was like
No flavor.
No flavor.
So. But you can. Everybody has a different opinion about donuts, and that's okay. And that's the whole point of scoring differently. We're across the board. All right.
Gunner is wet because
Number
Baxter's
4.
slobbering all over him.
Yeah. It's like his neck is soaked.
Alright, number 4. My number 4 has a little bit of chocolate
I
on it.
have mine is chocolate.
Sorry, guys.
No, that when they packaged this one, I know exactly where this one came from.
This tastes like dead animal.
Oh, come on.
Is that bad?
Doesn't really. It just tastes really bad. It tastes really, really bad.
It's good. I love it.
Oh my god. Oh, ow. Oh, that's right. You like fair food.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I do.
No.
I love fair food.
The reason
Okay.
I don't eat
I like
donuts
fair
from
food, but
random
that tastes like dead
places.
animal.
It's got to be something in the youth because elderly people like me are not enjoying this.
Ugh.
I
Oh, wow.
I
It
love
tastes like
fair food. I
seafood.
love
Okay.
that.
But
Don't do this at home.
there is something in it that I just can't pinpoint.
Ocean.
Oh.
And you know what? It might be like
buddy.
seed
Lay down.
flavored. I'm giving that a 2.
Here, lay down. Where are you? Oh, you're sitting.
I've had worse.
Really?
Maybe I haven't. Maybe a 1. Let's just call it a 1. I have not had worse. That was bad. Ooh.
I'm also giving this a 1. It was it did not taste good. Something's off with the flavor, and it is so oily. Like I feel like I need to go brush my mouth now, and that's not.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a 1.
You should brush your teeth, not just your mouth.
I see what you mean. Like.
I'm giving it a 7.
Oh.
Cheyenne
Everybody
definitely-
is different.
Cheyenne
This is why we're
definitely
doing
likes
this.
I love fair food.
I don't know. I think it's like I want to give it a 1, but I also want to give it like a 4 or something because
So.
it kind of tastes like I don't know. The crust and the crunchiness and the dough is good, but something about it just fail food. So I think I'm gonna take Cab's advice with a 2.
With a 2. Okay. So first, I have to say it's hilarious. Doug has frosting in his hair, maybe from a donut.
Sawdust, maybe.
It's probably sawdust.
Oh, it might be
I just chopped
sawdust.
some wood. In between this,
Might
I'm
be
doing
dust.
home projects.
Yes, it might be sawwood. It looked like the clear frosting almost from the donut, so I was gonna laugh at that. Anyway,
Well, I'm doing a second stage where I'm shampooing my hair with the frosting to see if it works.
okay, we are on to the classic old-fashioned glazed donut. So we're gonna start with number 1.
All right, number 1 coming at you. Just looking at this one, I think this one's gonna taste the best.
Yeah.
But looks can be deceiving.
Like
the.
Like
I agree.
majority of these donuts.
These, this looks like it was a really good hearty donut. It did not fall apart as easy when I was cutting it compared to other ones. But
Oh my god. Looks are deceiving.
Tastes like that flour I ate the other day.
It tastes like when I thought it
Delicious.
was sugar, so I tried it. It wasn't sugar. I don't know what it was.
I mean, the consistency of the cake isn't bad.
Shan, are you offended? Because
The crunchiness on the outside is pretty good.
How do you have it like piled up?
With the glaze, somewhere there's like a soapy consistency of lemon. I don't know.
So
I think we moved on to dish soap now. And I'm going to give this 4. It's just overpowering.
I have to find out what old fashioned was number 1.
Mom's trying to tally it up.
I'm not tallying up. I'm just making sure I'm marking the right place. All right. I'm gonna give that a 3. It was. It's very oily, and yes, I get I get it that
They're fried
they're
foods.
fried in oil, but I definitely there's donuts that don't leave that oil film in your mouth, and that's what I don't like. So I'm gonna give this one a 3. Kayla?
2.
So, I like the lemony of it, but like it's almost for me it's like the dough is kind of dry.
Okay.
I'll give it a 3.
All right. Emmett?
I don't know what the Lord has turned into. These donuts are abominations.
Are an abomination.
1.
That word comes to you from Miss Kendall's-Bass.
Alright, moving on to number 2. This looks like a drier, less coated classic.
I think this is donuts. I
Old-fashioned.
think this is the shop by our house.
Guys, I think there's something
So this one I think is going to be
If
nice
it
and
looks
subtle.
bad, it tastes good. If it looks good, well, it tastes bad.
Yeah, this one doesn't look like it's been fried as long.
That was gross. That tastes like gross.
Oh my god. Whoever that donut belonged to, your business needs to be shut down. You need to go back to school and learn how to make a donut.
Man.
The cake part of it's gross. Texture was okay, it was kind of moist.
It's like no
But it's just that whole, I'm going to the fair, I'm gonna eat a bunch of food and walk around with people with no teeth. Oh, I'll give that a 1. That was,
I'm really conflicted on this.
because she knows how much I hate people with no teeth.
Will you stop? Golly, you're being rude.
Yeah.
Definitely has that fair food oil, so I'm like, part of me is thinking maybe they just need to change their oil. Maybe it's like when their oil's, running its course. It's ran its course. I'm gonna give this one a 3, and I'm basing that off. The outside was not super crunchy, but it did have a little bit of that crunch to it, and the inside was moist. So the consistency was good. I'm not a fan of the flavor for this one, so 3.
1.
Okay.
That was.
Cheyenne?
3.
So, in case anybody is paying attention, in between what we're eating, Cheyenne's eating her donuts from what she's tasted so far. And I'm pretty sure by the time we were done, Cheyenne will have eaten her whole plate.
I had like 2 of the donuts.
Emmett? It was a 1. All right.
So yeah, by the time we're done with this, Cheyenne will have consumed 6 whole donuts in this time period.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, just grab whatever. This one kind of crumbled apart when Mom cut it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm small pieces for later. I like it. It almost looks
Okay.
This one looks
good, almost like it's
like it doesn't really have any color change. It's like one color.
Gross. It's lemon.
It tastes like lemon.
Oh wow.
it's like the one from.
Ooh, that's creamy though. I feel like that's kind of creamy.
Ooh.
I love that.
I think this is
That was
good.
actually good.
That was probably my favorite one
I like
yet.
it. It's like lemony, and at the same time, it's like
I wonder if that's from O Donuts or the donuts by our house.
That's not from the donuts by our house.
I'm kind of torn. I don't know. It has that really strong, soapy, lemony taste again to me.
I would taste lemon. I don't think so.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay. I'm actually gonna give this one a 5. I like the texture of it a lot, and I actually enjoyed the flavor of it. Maybe it's old-fashioned. All of them at this point have been on the oily side. And again, I get they're fried in oil, but definitely had donuts that don't have that same effect. So, there it is. Kayla?
I'm gonna go with a 6.
Okay.
I loved it. It was amazing. I'll give it an 8.
An 8. All right. Emmett?
I would have to say I don't know because like what? Lay's pancake donut thing.
Old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned glaze. And it's almost are those supposed to taste like an old-fashioned donut with glaze on it. And the thing is, it tastes like lemon, and I really like lemon, but lemon's not supposed to be the flavor, so I don't know what to choose. I think I'll go with 5.
All right. On for our last old-fashioned.
I was gonna give it to the camera apparently. I'm not sure what I was doing there.
Just like that.
Take some.
Yeah, I got a little mountain. Slice it.
Sharon's
little
carrying. I was gonna share it for you
It
guys.
actually feels good.
Yeah.
Like firm but soft on the inside.
I think I made one donut into
Whoa.
4 bites, and I'm
This is
so
good.
full.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah,
This is amazing.
Yeah. That's a good donut. That's
that's a good donut.
That was
crunchy, moist in the middle, not overpowering with any lemon. I'm not tasting any lemon. I don't know about you guys. I taste no lemon. And a little bit of cream cheese frosting on top. Is it cream cheese frosting? Or
No,
is
it's just sugar glaze. It's just glazed donut. It's just
I
your
thought the old
sugar.
fashions were sour cream.
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese, sour cream?
Well,
Cream
maybe
cheese.
sour cream, not cream cheese, but
Sour cream.
Oh,
I don't know.
cream.
I don't know.
I might be confused. But no, it's good. I'm gonna give this one an 8. I'm gonna eat it.
I am gonna give this one a 9. It was really good.
I'm gonna give this one a 5.
8. 8? Emmett?
I don't know, 6.
6. Okay. All right, that concludes our old fashioned. We are on to our final one, which is the miscellaneous round. We bought one random donut from each place, so we can't really, scoring will be a little bit different.
We'll just score based on what we enjoy on them.
Yeah, but,
Not so much comparison.
yeah, but miscellaneous, and,
Miscellaneous.
well, it has a C in it, but you don't pronounce
One,
it.
the one place we went to, when you buy just the donut and then you want the filling, and she actually took it to the back of the room and injected the filling into it right in front of us.
Yeah.
So you knew exactly what filling was in it. I thought that was kind of cool.
And not only that, but you don't get donuts that get soggy that way from having the filling sit in it too long.
We have moved on to the miscellaneous round. This miscellaneous round is consisting of a chocolate custard cream filled looking one,
The cinnamon crumb cinnamon roll. Ew.
and then a raspberry filled.
And this one was a sour cream or cream cheese buttermilk or sour cream buttermilk.
I don't know, it's the same argument we had about 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
It was just on the bookshelf.
Oh, smart
Shannon is
dog.
rescuing the treats from the dog that's trying to climb our bookshelf right now to get to the treats.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to start with the chocolate one. I'm already not looking forward to this.
I am.
Just as that chocolate.
That's great.
I'm full, but I have to eat it.
Just a
Take
little
a
bite.
bite. We've had a lot of donuts. We're pretty full already. We probably could have waited for this for later, but we're going to do it now anyway.
Not bad.
Let me break this down here. Okay, the donut's good. The cream filling's good. But the chocolate is not good. I'll give it a balance. Let's call it 4 for the cream and the donut.
I'm gonna give this one a 5. I didn't really care for the chocolate bar from this same company. However, I feel like the chocolate and the custard and the donut like actually go good together. So I'm gonna give this one a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
3. Cheyenne,
7.
7.
I love it.
What she said.
A 6. Same thing. Yeah. All right.
All right, moving
Round
on to the
2.
giant cinnamon crusted looking
You
thing.
could just
I'm
Okay.
telling you, it's chicken.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
it feels that this looks like
It looks
breaded
looks
chicken.
like breaded chicken. It's
so I'm gonna put those two aside. Eat this little piece.
You want the centerpiece to yours? There
Yes.
you go.
I do
If this tastes like chicken, then we know something's wrong with the world.
this.
Does not taste like chicken.
It's chicken.
Oh,
It actually, it actually is really good. The cinnamon, yeah. The donut hurt your shin.
If I go up,
Donut.
if I go up there blaming it on you guys,
It's
Yeah.
wants me to do this.
Oh yeah, poor Emmett with the fructose intolerance. He probably really shouldn't be eating all these donuts.
Yeah.
That's why we have the extra plate. He can put his extras on it and then have to eat the whole thing.
Because I'm not chowing down on them.
You know, I'm not impressed.
It really
4.
does.
I'm also gonna give it a 4. It was okay. I like the crumble, but and maybe this is because it's more cinnamon rolly than donut-y. It's kind of an in between. I'm gonna give it a 4. Kayla?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheyenne? Emmett?
I don't know. It almost tastes like a cake donut with some sort of crust on it.
Actually, I'm gonna give it 4 if that's okay. Can you change it or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll go with 3.
3. All right.
Alright, moving on to the raspberry filled.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
This is the one where the lady injected the raspberry right in front of
It's
us.
some of them because Phil doesn't always get through the way, so I just distribute it evenly.
Do you have any raspberry in yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Alright. Very light, fluffy.
Oh,
Good raspberry flavoring.
it's hard to get the filled ones even when you're cutting them.
That's a great donut. That's a 9 for me, man. That is good.
Oh, some sweet raspberry.
Wow.
I agree. I would agree with the 9. I felt like it could have used a little bit more raspberry. However, when you're cutting up a cream filled one, or a filled donut, no matter what one, there's usually a pocket somewhere. It's not usually evenly dispersed because it is filled and not sliced and then put on. I'm gonna agree and go with 9. The raspberry was good. The donut's light and flaky. It's just delicious.
I'll
Kayla?
go with 9. It was good.
9?
I'm gonna go with 8. I wish I had more raspberry.
Well, that's not
don't
their
don't
fault
base it
though.
upon the amount of raspberry.
Yeah, because I tried to distribute where I could for
Oh,
ones
yeah,
that had
I
it.
Even like, yeah.
So even if you had a whole one, you felt like it could have used more raspberry. Okay, that's fair. 8. Kayla, Emmett?
I'm gonna go with 7.
A 7? Okay. All right, we're on our last one.
Good.
This one I'm looking forward to. This is a different type. Alright, I can't pick it up.
So it's a buttermilk donut, and what we don't remember is if it was cream cheese or I want to say cream cheese.
Yeah,
I
that
can't
sounds
remember
like
if it was cream cheese or sour cream.
Cream cheese.
Wait, does this one have any cream in it? Okay.
Does it? Do you
That
need
one-
this?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, this is definitely cream
Ew.
cheese.
Ew, ew.
Cream cheese.
That's not good.
So it's a buttermilk donut with cream cheese.
Anybody want this?
Actually, I'll take it for Leia. Wait.
Leia.
Play-Doh.
You're gonna give it to Princess Leia?
Leia. I'll take it for Leia.
Oh, this is my cake collection.
That was
I
interesting.
don't know. It's not bad. It's you can definitely tell it's fried. That's for sure. But I think the glaze on it and the cream filling, it overpowers the fact that it was fried. So you kind of forget that it's fried. The cream was good. The frosting on the outside was good. Let's go with 6.
I'm going to go with a 4. I did not enjoy this, and I don't know if it's the buttermilk or the frosting or the density of the donut. Maybe a combination of all 3, but it wasn't my favorite. I'm going to go with, actually I'm going to go with a 3. Unless I said that already, then I'm correcting myself for no reason.
I'm gonna go with a 6.
6. All right, Cheyenne?
Can I do 4.5?
No.
Hold what does?
9 3/4.
I'll give it 4.
A 4? Emmett?
It's a simple one.
It's a simple one.
Simple one. Emmett did not like that.
It
No,
was
Why do you
disgusting.
have one of your sleeves rolled up?
I don't
It
know. It's
tasted
just what
like-
happens.
It always
I have
tasted
no
like I
fucking-
was eating like if you
Yeah,
know
better
how
than a
like
ham.
if you try to spread butter on toast and there's like a chunk of it left that you don't even realize because I'm so unobservant and you take a bite of it, it's just so buttery. It almost tastes like that with a lot more dough.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so we're gonna take a minute and tally up our scores. I can look at one and tell you right away that we have a clear winner of who our favorite is. But there's a couple that are close second, and then one that we consistently did not enjoy, which I am kind of surprised. So we are going to total up our scores, figure out what our favorite donut place is, and then we will say who had the best donut in each category. So we will be back, which you're not gonna know because this is all gonna be one video and Doug's gonna edit this out anyway. Well, everyone, we are done. We tried 6 donuts from 4 different places, and we have a clear winner. A decent second, and then a couple that did just were not good. One I was really surprised about. So for the best donuts overall, our clear winner was O Donuts.
Oh, donuts!
That's where I get my favorite plain cake donut. They had a score of 207 points between all their donuts. The second runner-up was Evergreen Donuts with a score of 141. Then third comes Henry's with a score of 99, which really surprised me. Not that I've had very many Henry's donuts, but people rave about them all the time, so I was expecting more, I guess. And number 4 was Tyler's Donuts with a score of 88.
So Henry's Donuts has been around forever up in Everett, and they have a second location in Mukilteo, and they've been around forever. So I don't want to discredit them by saying that their donuts weren't good. They just weren't as good as O Donuts.
Oh, by all means, and everybody has their own opinion too on what they look for donuts, and we know that.
What one's O Donuts?
The one by Albertsons. Yep. Okay, so best chocolate bar we voted was Evergreen Donuts with a score of 31. The best maple bar was also Evergreen Donuts with a score of 28. I think those were the ones we really liked, the consistency of the donut itself, and the chocolate and the maple on both of those I believe were not overpowering, so it just worked really well. The best old-fashioned donut was O Donuts at 36 points. The plain cake donut was O Donuts at 39 points. And the best apple fritter was O Donuts at 47 points. The best miscellaneous donut was also from O Donuts, and it was the raspberry-filled donut. And that came in with 42 points. So,
And just knowing for me that when we ordered the donut, she grabbed it and then went back and set up her machine, and injected it with the raspberry filling. I thought that was really cool. I've never seen that done before in real life. I've seen it done in movies.
So yeah, our clear choice is O Donuts, and all I want to say to Doug is haha, because he was pretty sure we were crazy for liking them when we first started going to them, and it took a little convincing, and quite a few times he told me he did not enjoy his donut, and well, his scores lie.
My scores
That's
definitely lie.
just what it is. When he
Yeah.
doesn't know what he's eating.
When you compare it side by side with another donut, yeah, they're pretty good donuts.
So, congratulations to O Donuts. We will keep visiting you. Keep making those awesome plain cake donuts.
And apple fritters.
And apple fritters.
cinnamon
Their apple
rolls.
fritters are good. And cinnamon rolls. Yep, they just
And
make
all
good
your
donuts. So, all right. Well, thanks guys for playing along when I had this wacky idea last night, just to do a cake
I'm
tasting.
not gonna be able
thing.
to eat dinner for the next 5
Yeah, poor
days.
Emmett is probably going to suffer with his fructose intolerance. However, he did put a huge mounded plate of donuts with foil away in the cupboard
Mine
for
was
later.
bigger.
So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, hopefully it won't be too hard on him. All right.
All right, well, hope you guys are sustaining with this COVID-19 pandemic issue going on, and you're all being safe and sane in your homes and staying clean and healthy. I want to give a shout out to all the frontline people out there who are doing all the hard work, working in the hospitals and EMS providers and all that, doing their thing. And just make sure you guys help support your local businesses that are out there right now that could be or potentially are struggling from losing all this business that they are losing due to the fact that nobody can go out and get food from restaurants. So that's why one of the big things we went out and bought donuts from privately, or I guess not privately, but independently owned little donut shops, just to help support them for the weekend through and give you guys an idea of what's a good donut. So if you're in the Everett area, go to O Donuts.
Yeah,
They're great.
off 128th and 4th. It's in the Albertsons parking lot, and they were yummy.